welcome to launch day, What do you think of the Christmas music? I know I'm ready to jingle me bells. It is Christmas time, ready. We are here on launch day. If we've not met before, my name is Rebecca Redican. You can call me Becky, and we have got a day and a half for you. I'll tell you that for now. It's not just me you'll also be glad to know that we have got in Crafters Corner a well-known friend, and he's brought along another friend. It's Craigle!
Just you wait till I start jingling my bells throughout the show, that's for sure. Now, we had the Christmas jumper on Wake Up Call. My plan was to keep it on throughout the next 2 hours. We are the 2nd of July. We are in a roasting hot TV studio. Jumpers had to come off.
It's off.
Jumpers had to come
out.
off. Becky, this is it. This is the very first show of our Christmas 2021 range from Crafters Companion. And let me tell you, we are kick-starting with a humongous bang, that is for sure. Now, we have got our floral spray stamp and die collections. Lots and lots of different ways you can use these. We'll explain these between myself and Becky over the next 2 hours. Designed by Sarah Kay herself. You will be familiar with lots of her work at Crafters Companion. Now, we have got your designs. This is the stamp design, but you've got the die to go with it. The dies are separate. Left-hand side card, right-hand side card, top fold. Maybe you want to die cut the full lot out, you can do. But of course you can be using stamps on their own. We're going to be primarily focusing on our alcohol pens, but you can do your water pens, do all of your water resist effects if you want to as well. Then you can do not only left or right fold cards, what about into the corners as well? Look at the bells on this one here. There is 6 in total that Becky will go through just in a moment or two. If you want to lay the colour down flat, no blending, no shading, you don't have to. But the incredible depth that you get from whether it is classics, whether it's tri-blends, Illustrator, glitter pens, marker pens, whether it's the glitter pots, anything like that, you are going to make spectacular cards. Keep them very quick, very simple, because it's Christmas cards. We need them to be gorgeous, elegant, but very quick. You can do that. If you want to go to town and layer them up and make incredible cards and projects, you can do that with these as well.
And that is completely what today is all about. Brand new, launching on those floral sprays. Don't forget, as well as those treats today, I've got you spend and save. Spend £30, $30, you're saving a £5 each way. And don't forget as well, if you're shopping on Photopically Tiffany, it's triple points at the moment, so make the most of that. And speaking of making the most of things, let me bring to you this launching floral spray now. Now, this collection that we've got here for you is the 61 Elements. We mentioned the larger one for you in Wake Up Call. We will be going through that later. But for now, if you've already got your card stock, etc., you just want the essentials, this is the one for you. In here, you are going to get everything that you can see on your screen right now. That's including the 6 stamp and die steps and the glossy highlights you're getting in this as well. So those are the treats you're going to be getting. Today, you've got a saving, which is incredible for a launch, I always think. It's £20.93 you're saving, or $18.70. Your prices are there. There are different options available as well, so if there's a few speaking to you, I will go through those later. But for now, who fancies getting crafty? Yeah, me too. What's our first demo, please?
We're going to go for the bells, and just quickly to reiterate what Becky says, this one we're going to go straight into a demo, but we've got 2 hours where we're going to step you through what you're going to get, what to expect, and the things that you can do. If you are have been with us for some time, the best way I can explain these, if you're familiar with our character over the edge stamp and die sets, it's like that kind of concept, but with Christmas. Phenomenally gorgeous designs. So what we're going to do is, we've got our stamp set. So this is Ring Out Those Bells. Now, not only have you got that main sizable, now that's my hand there, but look at the size of that one. Wow. This one with the bell, it's a nice corner. So if you want to have this on a scrapbook page, you can do 12 by 12, 8 by 8, anything like that, you can. But what you've also got is little accent designs that match the main one, and you've got sentiments. Now this design, small one, you have got your full die that's going to die cut that one out. when it comes to the main design, and this works for all 6 sets, what you've got, not only have you got the die to die cut it out, but the dies are actually separate. So this is what enables you to create the left-hand side or the right-hand side edgeable card, if that's what you want. Use them together, it's going to cut out the full image. So let's dive straight in. I've got some of our Nina cardstock here, because I'm going to use my Illustrator pens for these. And Becky, I'm also using our 8x8 stamping platform with a magnetic base.
Oh, well, we've got a bit of an offer on with that at the moment. If you do want to seize the moment, you're getting a discount. Oh, yes, 10% off. But also, you're getting an extra 50 bonus points. Really? So now's your time to buy if you've been fancying it. Because I'll be honest with you, I've not got this stamping platform, and every single time I'm here, I think, why? Why don't I?
Why don't you?
Yeah.
And do you know something? For those that are at home and are thinking, well, why do I need it? This is the sort of project that I am away to show you right now why this is going to be spot on for this. Because with it being a good, sizable stamp, as it is a really big, sizable stamp here, what that means is incredible detailed. Occasionally, that will mean if I come on with my ink pad, as I'm using Illustrator pens, that's alcohol ink, so I'm using my Noir Black alcohol proof ink pad. So I'm going to go on here, and I'm giving that a really good coverage, and what I'm going to do, Becky, is I'm going to stamp. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to firmly press all over. I'm going to do a little bit, and I'm going to move that. Now, if this wasn't on a magnetic base, you see how I've missed some of these bits? If I didn't have my magnetic base with the cardstock held in place, with the stamp in place, what that means is, even for me, I like to think I'm really quite experienced with stamping, I would not get that bang on the exact same place. Near impossible. Yeah. Whereas, this is all left in the exact same place. So what I can do now, come back, and I'm going to re-ink that, and I know that if I come back, and you've got these feet all the way round that's going to hold into place here, I can then sit it back, I can press, and it goes bang on where I was before, and I'm going to really press down this time to make sure. Look at that impression.
Fab.
Gorgeous, isn't it? What a difference as well.
Yeah.
And with the full set, this first demonstration, Becky, I'm not actually going to use the dies. I'm going to use the stamp as a standalone image for the card.
Love it.
So what I can do now is I'm going to peel these away, and I'm going to use my Illustrator pens. Now, today is working out just beautifully, because when it comes to Colour Me Happy later on, we've got the Illustrator pens. I want to focus on our brand new Christmas collection. So therefore, I'm not going to spend time explaining the full reasoning of blending and layering when it comes to alcohol pens, because I can do that with you, Becky, at 7 o'clock tonight for 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So all that I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to start to colour in. I will explain this bit here. I'm going to go into the bow. Now within the Illustrator, I'm going to go for BP1, BP4 and BP6. So this is Tulip, Cerise, Hot Pink. So we're going for a light, a medium and a dark. And what I'm going to start to do is start to build up the colour by going in with the lightest tone first, then I'll start to add some depth.
Gorgeous.
So layering on, I've got some cardstock underneath. If you're not familiar as to why I'm doing that, that's just to catch any ink going through. It will bleed through, and in a way you want that to happen. If I go straight onto my glass mat, it's a non-porous surface. The ink will go through, it will bounce back, and it will transfer back into the image where you don't want it. Going on top of some cardstock, the ink will transfer through, the ink will be grabbed onto the cardstock, held in place, and you're not going to have to worry about it bleeding out. Perfect. So this full bow here, Becky, what I'll do is I'll just go in with the light tone first, and then we'll come back later.
Illustrator dual tip brush markers of 4 set botanicals at the bottom of your screen right now. Individually they're $9.99 or $14.95, but you can get 3 for the price of 2. We've got loads of messages coming in. Hello to Kimberly in North California. Hello to Judy in Springfield.
Hey.
Hello to Georgianne in Clearwater. Hello to Deborah in Bakersfield. Have I been to Bakersfield?
Bakersfield.
I might have been randomly.
Does it ring a bell to you?
Yeah, California.
No pun intended.
Does it ring a bell?
We're here all day.
When is your joke book coming out?
Me?
Yeah, I think you should come out with one.
Oh, I am the world's worst for jokes.
No, I like your jokes. They've got a lovely naffness to them.
Oh, thanks.
Do you know what I mean? Like, know what I mean? Like mine.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
No,
Becky.
that is a compliment. Like, I love a naff joke. Move on, Bex.
That could be the
move
title of my
on.
joke book. Craig's naff jokes.
Jennifer is in saying the bells are my favourite. I play in a handbell choir. Jennifer?
Oh, wow.
I used to as well.
Is that when you have all the bells lined up in front and then you go ding, ding, ding,
So,
ding? Is that one?
Yes, it is. It is exactly that. So I used to also be in a handbell choir. And yes, you have to wear gloves. And I did it when I was younger and used to be able to work with 2 unless you were the very, very low notes. Then you got 3 because they didn't play as much. And there's very much of a technique to it. There's sort of a wrist flick action to them. But
Right,
yes,
okay.
yeah, I used to do that, Jennifer. I did it for years. Absolutely loved it. Why did I give up? Don't know. Anyway, Beth is in saying, woohoo, it's Christmas. You're a big Christmas fan, aren't you?
Love Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone in
it.
that. We've got Jennifer in saying, I love the banner decoupage sample that you've just shown, Crane. Really fabulous. It is a special one, that, isn't it? I love the layers on it.
Really
Lily
good.
Rugg is in saying, woohoo! I'm from Maine. Craig and Becky, let's go. So excited for this holiday. I'm a first-time Grammy to a 3-week-old baby boy. This is going to be the best holiday yet, and I'm ready to go. Oh, congratulations to you and your family. Oh my goodness, imagine first Christmas with sort of a grandchild in the family. That'd just be...
How magical is that?
Oh, that would just be so wonderful. Thank you so much for your messages. Do keep those ones coming in. We do love hearing from you. And don't forget, if you've got any questions for Craig, craft related or not, do feel free to message in. For example, Craig, if you were a packet of crisps, what flavour crisps would you be and why?
I would say ready salted.
Okay.
Because I think they work really well on a crisp sandwich.
Oh, I can't disagree with you. I had a crisp sandwich before. So yeah, no, I totally agree with you. So you can ask questions like that or craft related if you wanted to. Do get those messages coming in. How's your colouring going, Craigle?
Oh, loving this. This is the only thing I have to watch for is because I can sometimes go quiet when it comes to colouring. But I will explain what I'm doing. I've gone over the full bow just now with the light tone, which was the BP1. Now, ideally at home, I would do every flourish of the bow individually, you know, when I've got a lot more time.
Right, I get you, yeah.
But what I've done here, and I've started to do it, I've gone in now with the deepest tone, and I'm going in to where I would feel it's going to be dark into the ribbon or the bow. Another way to imagine that is pop something that would resemble where the sunlight is coming down, and that's a good way to imagine. So this little pot of glitter, to me, this could be the sunshine. Imagine where that stream of light's coming down, where you would have the darkness, where you would have the shade as well as the light.
Lovely.
But for this one, what I'm going to do is go in to the corners there with the deep, which is BP6. So now I'm going to come back into what is my mid-tone, BP4, and I'm going to do my flicking action exactly the same as I would be doing with classiques or tri-blends, but instead of circular motions, what I'm doing, Becky, is flicking motions. So right where that deep tone ends, I'm just catching the end of it with my mid-tone and flicking out. I can then go back into my light tone again, and we're going to finish this off once more, blending them out. I feel it easier to twist and turn. This is when my Totally Tiffany rotating board is phenomenal.
Triple
for
points
things
on
like
Totally
this.
Tiffany at the moment, don't forget.
Right enough it is as well. I'm not sure if we have the board still in stock as of yet, but worthwhile checking out
Worth a
on the
nosy.
website, yeah. So I'm going to carry on at the moment with this bit here. I'll do another couple of bits on this bow. Then what I'll do, Becky, is I'll do one of the bell, one of the holly, and then we'll bring it all together so you're getting an idea of the different areas of colouring.
Gorgeous, I love that. The holly itself is just beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Did you know, from my memory, and again, if we've not met before, hi, my name's Becky and I have a brain for useless knowledge. But yeah, from my memory, holly is a symbol of Thor, as in like Celtic gods Thor. And from my memory, the reason for that is something to do with holly being like, it's a sign of resilience, isn't it? And back in like the ancient sort of you know, ancient times, sort of the Celts believed that holly was so resilient and it didn't get affected by thunder. And so you think of Thor, god of thunder.
Yeah.
So yeah, holly is the plant of Thor. They have a lot in common. So if you're into Marvel, just a thought.
Ah, okay.
Just a thought.
That makes sense then.
That worked on a lot of levels. I did have to exaggerate it because the first time I said thought, I didn't think, hey, oh, that's got Thor in it. So then I made it really obvious the second time once I'd realised I'm not just that cool. Anyway, we've got Shadia in saying, I've just bought the collection of illustrators. Now I think I have them all and I love it.
Excellent.
What
Glad
is
to
it
hear.
that you love so much? And why do you think so many people at home love the illustrators so much?
I think what it is, and actually, just before I answer that, I will
Yeah, go
kind
ahead.
of acknowledge the elephant in the room is because everyone at home will be saying, Craig, you're always going about your tri-blends and you love your tri-blends, which I do.
Yeah.
And that's what I use majority of the time.
Yeah.
But with the illustrators, you can get the same effect with the tri-blends. The only difference, instead of 3 shades being contained in the one pen, it's over 3 separate pens.
Yes.
But what's really good with the illustrators is this is when you can then progress onto movement. Now, because it's Japanese high quality nib, brush nib at the end, you get that flicking action. So this is when you can start to get that movement when it comes to the fur, or maybe the foliage, the movement within the leaves, the branches, even the skin tones, that you can get a real good textured effect.
Yeah.
And as I said there, movement effect. You've got that sway within the flourish, and that's because of the movement, the flicking that you're getting within the brush nib of the illustrators.
Brill.
And I think that is exactly what it is that
Yeah.
everybody adores about the illustrator pens. So you can, what you tend to find, Becky, is many, like myself, start with the tri-blends, then they progress onto the classiques, and then progress onto the illustrator as an additional expertise ways of getting that movement.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to, if you really wanted to jump in and go, do you know what, Craig, I don't want the tri-blends, I don't want the classics, I want to go straight into the illustrator, you can still do what you do with the tri-blends and classics,
Cool, yeah.
but with the illustrators.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's personal preference. It's about the confidence levels that you've got and giving it a shot. And this is where shows such as either Cartload or, for instance today, Colour Me Happy, this is, you know, does it all, shouts
Yeah.
about it. It's, you know, it gives
Yeah.
you the best deal, but it gives you the opportunity to try. Because some of the bundles are kind of like try me prices.
Yeah. I've not used the illustrators before, but I do enjoy colouring. Do you think beginners would be able to use the illustrators, or would you say it is a bit more advanced?
I wouldn't say it's advanced. It gives you advanced techniques that you can progress onto. But as I say, progress onto. If you want to start right at the beginning with the illustrators, you can do. I'm going and doing my 3 shade blend here. But if you wanted to go direct with the one colour, maybe you wanted to go on with that one shade of pink, you can do.
Of course, yeah.
You can do it. And because you've got that flexible nib, that's what some people at home actually, you find it easier to control because you've got that finer point that you really can get right to the tip, or you can really cover a huge, huge area. In saying that, you do have a finer tip at the other end as well.
Brilliant.
But even with this bow here, and going in with the grey bell that we can see here, which is ice grey 2, ice grey 3, and ice grey 4, which we're starting to get that shade coming into play here. I'm going to do this bit here, then we will move on to that holly. And then to finish off, when we assemble this card, I'm going to show you a little wee bits of tips as you can do with the colour blend pencils as well.
Oh, love it. Plenty more messages coming in. Pamela saying these bells are the first thing I'm planning on using. And then Pamela's gone mad with emojis. Bell, tree, bell, Christmas tree, bell, tree, bell, just loads of bells and trees. Thank you for that, Pamela. Oh, do make sure you send in those makes. Nicole has said, beautiful colouring, Craig. And I presume
that's our very own Nicole Bretherick. Which that's a big compliment.
Is she talking about your tanning? I thought that's what she might mean.
Thank you,
you've got a
Nicole.
lovely tan.
Thank you, Nicole.
Oh, she's beautiful. And she's done heart smiley face for you as well. Heart eyes.
No, I know she is talking about my colouring. She is absolutely.
You are fab at colouring, but you can tell that you enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
It's really nice of you to say, because I started when kind of lockdown and that first started, Becky. I really focused onto my tri-blends, then my classics. So my illustrators are something that I've been relatively new on working on, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. You've got that flexibility and movement, so it is a lot of fun to start colouring with.
Victoria's in saying this is just the beginning of Christmas 2021. What comes next must be amazing. I wonder if there will be another signature collection. What do you know, Craig?
Well, I'm going to say, you've just said you wonder if there's going to be another signature collection.
Another signature collection, yeah.
We've not had one yet. This is the very first Christmas launch. So if we've not had one yet...
Who's honking their own?
It must mean we're bound to have one at some point.
Surely. I have seen some of the Christmas things that we've got coming up that I'm very excited about.
Me
Creator
too.
card I'm very excited about. I love a creator card.
Yeah.
And have you seen them? I mean, I don't know if I'm meant to say this, but have you seen them things, Craig? I'm just going to sign it out for you. Have you seen them?
Oh, them what? Yeah.
Yeah. So that noise was ridiculous. That meant nothing. But yeah, there's some exciting things on the way for sure.
There really is. I said in Wake Up Call, I couldn't believe we were kickstarting with this, but then to be fair, to try and choose what we were going to start with, it's
hard, isn't it?
It is hard. So yeah, this is a phenomenal one to absolutely start with. It is only the beginning. Yes, we're launching this today. We do have a Christmas event coming up very, very shortly. So this is kind of like the pre-launch. And because I've got your comments coming up as well. You guys are already going crazy for this one. And you're loving the aspect of the die being split in two. It means you can then get different options when it comes to creating cards.
Linny's got on to you, Craig. She says, love Craig's game face. He knows something.
Mm-hmm. And just, what was the other one? Who was that there, Georgina, that just said that about the craft along? So yes, a comment coming through saying that you would like to potentially do a craft along. Even although this is Christmas, it's still a brand new launch. So you know what that means. Even all launches become part of a craft along.
Saturday, July 17th.
Me! Not often I'm in on a Saturday, but I'm in that Saturday.
You're coming in especially for that. How exciting.
I know.
Pop it in your diaries, ladies and gents.
There was no way. I'm also in the following Saturday as well.
What for?
Hunky dory.
Really?
A lot of coughing. A lot of coughing going on here.
Yeah, I think the aircon's on too high.
I think so.
Well, I never.
Anyway, that is literally all I'm going to say. I'm not getting myself any trouble.
No. So what is it? New cards and stuff, is it? Toppers.
It's all new. Everything.
Christmassy. Is it
Yep.
Christmassy?
Yep.
It's Christmassy. Right. Traditional Christmassy, modern Christmassy.
I'm not. I've said more than enough now.
I tried.
More than enough. So you can keep pondering on that. I'm going to finish colouring this one.
Gilmore's in saying, I love the bell stamp. It's a classic Christmas image in my eyes. And I agree with you there. There is something very, very festive about bells, isn't there?
There
is.
Of
course, you can also be thinking of the bells, using them for weddings, Christmas weddings. These would be perfect for, wouldn't they? Or just winter weddings, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
When does winter officially start in the UK? Do we say October? Oh no, is that still autumn? September?
It's
Is it
officially
December?
December, isn't it?
Is it?
21st of December.
February, January, of course. So December to sort of February is winter. So have you got any weddings coming up in that time maybe? This could be a lovely one for a wedding card.
And the thing with your stamps, Becky, I know this may sound obvious, but anyone that's relatively new to crafting, obviously what's going on in the world, so many more people have been joining the crafting world. When it comes to the stamps, you can, of course, colour them whichever way that you want. Now, if you wanted to go reds and browns and golds, very traditional sort of colours that you could go for, or as you can see on this one, I really am mixing up the colour tones. You'll see what the full image looks like just in a moment. But I'm going to finish off this one. And I've chosen for the show today, I'm going to keep the blending in that very quite simple. But what Sarah's done within all of these stamped images, you've got little guidelines that work within the middle there. So if you want to follow all of those lines, if you really want to go into detail and really make it pop and stand out, you can do that. I've chosen to keep it so, for instance, the holly, we've got the darkness down the centre and then it gets lighter. You can then go whichever way you like. For that holly leaf, that was GT3, GT4, GT7. And now what I'm going to do is the bells, the bow and the holly, I would carry on and do the same down in here. Then, if I bring in this one, look at that. Look
Brilliant!
at that. I'm not finished yet, Becky.
Oh.
Colour blend pencils.
Okay.
So I've gone for our colour blend. So I've gone for the Rock Pool and Havana. So these two are from the Shades and Tones. Then I've gone in with Cherry Red, which is from Florals. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in right to the base on this occasion of, you can tell I really slow down when I start to colour, going into the base of the bow, and I'm going to pick out right into the base, just into that fine, fine corner, and I'm going to come up slightly. So I'm going to come in to here as well. So mixing our alcohol pens with our colour blend pencils. This is where we have got lots of other tuitions, step-by-steps on Crafters TV on YouTube that you can go back to. And what it does is you can get incredible depth with our alcohol pens. But please don't think that the depth that you get to, that's all that you can achieve. You can continue and get even more by bringing in your colour blend pencils. So if you want to go in just with the one, you can. If you happen to have, let's see if I've got a one of our paper stumps here. Now I think I've got some, I'm going to go in. You could use any blending solution. I'm keeping this dry, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend that one out here and here. I'm going to blend them out. This is with no blending solution. What you need to watch though with blending solution on your alcohol base is blending solution is alcohol, so it's going to lift colour. So just be careful. That's why I like to do it dry. But then if we go in, I'm going to pull that out. I would do the same with the bell here. Let's go in with let's do rock pool on this one here. So if I come in with the rock pool, I'm going to come all the way down. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to go around just slightly. I'm going to come along here. I'm going to go again. I'm going in just dry with my paper stump. I'm going to blend that out. Let's just make sure I've got no pink there. I'm just going to work that in. Now, Leanne and Sarah, they are on Crafters TV with past shows that you're able to then follow their ways of using your colour blends with your alcohol pens, but just gives you that little bit extra detail. So I'm going to do a little bit there. But Spectrum Noir Design Team on Facebook, and that go across, we've got Sarah Kay, we've got Nicole Bretherick, we've got the full team there that do incredible works of art. Things I can't say definitely for this one, I'm not sure, but lots of images on the front of products are from Nicole Bretherick. So many of the finished samples you see on cards are from Nicole. There's a few of the others that do it as well.
Yeah.
But what I would do, Becky, is I would carry on with those 3 colour blend pencils, and let's pop this together. So we're going to bring this one in here, and I've got my cardstock. This one is from our Santa's Kitchen. Santa's Kitchen here, and I'm layering them up, and we're going to finish it off by popping it together, Becky.
What do you think Santa's Kitchen smells like?
Cookies and milk.
What do you think, John?
And a little dram.
Candy. Yeah.
Candy.
You think it smells like cinnamon, Georgina. What do you think, George?
Cookies.
Cookies. Delicious treats. Messages in, what do you think Santa's Kitchen smells like?
And carrots for the reindeers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Carrots for the reindeer.
Carrots
yeah.
for the reindeers.
Mince pies. It's got to smell like a mince pie,
Got
hasn't
to.
it? A warmed mince pie with some brandy butter. Oh, that's good.
With a waft of floral coming in from Mrs. Santa Claus's perfume.
Yeah, but I think her perfume will smell like mince pie.
Probably.
Maybe she doesn't even wear perfume.
Maybe
Just a
she
bit of a
doesn't.
mince pie behind the earlobe.
Maybe she dips her finger in the mincemeat jar in the morning and just rubs it behind her ear.
Strikes me as the type.
Maybe. But
How
here
did we get onto this?
I have no idea. So I'm just going to finish this one off. This sentiment comes included here. Now, the card that I showed you on Wake Up Call and one of the finished samples later on were a helping hand for me from Linda Fitzsimmons, who coloured them in. I believe I called her Fitzgerald in Wake Up Call. Still called her Linda, so that's the main thing.
Yeah.
You know, and a WhatsApper, so how I forgot or got her name wrong, I don't know. But Linda. So Linda coloured in the one in Wake Up Call and one of them that I'll show you later on. But here we go, a little bit of matting and layering, but we're not going over the top with the card decor. We want to do the shouting out from the image itself.
Yeah,
that's
great.
only using the stamp. We've not used the dyes within this one here. We've gone with the pinks and greys and greens, but if you want to go traditional, if you want to go cold and icy with the blues and that, you can do it as well. But that is just one of our brand new Christmas 2021 floral spray stamp and die sets.
I love it. Thank you so much. Wasn't that a beautiful craft? If you would like to recreate these, then let me tell you, there is many a way you can do it. If you want the Christmas Spray Stamp and Die collection, the 61 elementer, that's the one without the card, but you do get the 6 sets of Stamp and Dies, and you get the glossy accents as well. Then it is currently on your screen, and I'll tell you from the designs in which you will be getting if you get all 6. First off, we have got for you the candle itself. Now this one, if you want to get it by itself, again, you absolutely can. And we will bring you the details for that because you can get a discount if you buy multiples. So this one is your Cozy by Candlelight. And I am looking at this and I am thinking, although I know we're talking about Christmas, I'm thinking we could be using these anytime it starts to get a little bit colder, you know, sort of start of October maybe, here in the UK, usually a bit before, normally starts to get cold, second week in August. But yeah, you could use these for all of your autumn makes, couldn't you? That would be a gorgeous autumn card for a birthday, etc. That is your Cozy by Candlelight. As well as that one, I have got for you the beautiful Hollies one. This is the banner one that we've got for you. So I adore this one, and just to explain it in case you are new, this is festive banner. So I just want to remind you, and we will go through die cutting and stuff later, but these are your dies that you've got here, and the die fits perfectly over the top of the stamp so that you can cut out these designs here. But as you can see on both of them, you've got this lovely large banner section that's empty. You are more than welcome to leave that empty, but you have got plenty of stamps that come included in here that you can put on there. So I'll read some of them to you because some of them are separate that you can just choose the order you want them in. So some of the separate ones are Happy, Merry, Christmas, To You, Bright, and You, Joy, Peace. And then you've got season greetings, have a holly jolly Christmas, etc. So those you can put on as and where you need them. So if you do want your festive banner, 15 elements in that one, it's $14.99 or $16.95. Then I've got for you, I can find that if you want. Do you want me to do this one for you? I'll do the bow for you. So we have got the Christmas bow next up for you, and this is exactly what it does and says on the tin. It is a beautiful bow, perfect for Christmas. I think this is, again, a really nice one that actually you do not have to use for Christmas. We've gone for really festive colours in this, but I mean, this one here, colour it in a different colour. That could honestly be like a hair bow for somebody, which could look quite nice, home decor as well. It's wonderful. I like this one. I think it's got a little bit of an edge to it. I think it's a little bit different. You've got those lovely bells in there too. Again, $14.99 or $16.95. Don't forget, choose any two of these. It's £27 or $33 if you so wish. I've got Winter Blessings here for you now, and I really like the Winter Blessing one because of the shape of it. I am somebody who in my crafts loves the feel of movement, even if something isn't necessarily moving, and I think this has that feel of movement. My dad's an artist, and he always sort of talks about, you know, when you look at paintings, that a painting should take you on a journey with your eyes. That's exactly what this one does for me. It's a little bit like, you know, sort of the Mona Lisa, isn't it? The eyes kind of follow you. That's what this almost feels like, and I love that design. Again, you could colour this in any colour, and I think you could use that all year round. Mother's Day, that'd be great for it. Then I've got for you your poinsettia. Now, we've had loads of people talking on the wake up call about this one, saying this is their favourite. Therefore, by itself, it has been very popular. So if you have been planning on grabbing your hands on it, then do. Lots of different ones in here, including festive greetings, from our home to yours, Merry Christmas, and others are the sentiments you're getting. Again, discount deal on them if you fancy it. And last but by no means least, I'm bringing to you the bells. Ring out those bells! And this is the one that Craig was just demoing with then. You do get the larger ones and the smaller ones, don't forget, as well as all of those, 9 in total. If you do want to seize them, then you pick up 2 by themselves, you can. If you would like all of these ones that you have just seen, remembering you can use them different directions, up, down, side, fold, whatever you wish, then don't forget I've got a big bundle for you to choose from. You've got a mega bundle, and you've got a slightly smaller bundle, both of which does come with all of the stamps that you need and the dies that you need, but also with the glossy accents as well. So the 61 piece collection, you're going to be getting all of those ones and the glossy accents as well. The glossy accent size is one of the large ones, 16 mil of that, glossy highlight, sorry. It's one of the large ones, it's 60 mil, so it's a nice big size there. And if you've not seen it, it gives a really lovely three-dimensional design, which might look really nice as like little dewdrops on this, or even drops on your candle wax. As well as these, if you would like to get your hands on more, I've got the largest collection. Now this is 94 elements, and that's with 16 sheets of your Nina card as well. In here again, you're getting all of the 6, and then you're getting, well, essentially everything you can see on screen, including the 16 sheets of that Nina card. You're getting your colour blends in here, you're getting dry blends in there. The only thing you're not getting is my cup of coffee. Sorry! So this is the Christmas Floral Collection. You do get the glossy with it as well. Today, you are looking at £150 worth for just £120, unless you're platinum, at which case you're getting it for £96 or $119.20. Don't forget that if you are with us and you are purchasing in the US, so long as you're not platinum, you can be getting that free delivery because of the price. But I will say you are just on the cusp, aren't you, of getting the extra for your free delivery. So if you do want to have a little look and maybe get, I don't know what, an ink pad, or maybe you want to get some glossy highlights by themselves, or a few pencils, add them to your order as well to get that free postage and packaging. Speaking of all of that, how about I give you time to have a little peruse, give you a moment or two to check out. We'll be back with you after we learn more about how to shop.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Baskets, let me take a moment to say congratulations. Some of the individual ones, because we've got that offer on 2, are really low in stock now, the poinsettia being one of them. So if you do see one you like, you want to guarantee it's yours, do check out whilst you can. That ain't all we've got on the show. Whoa, no, we have also got some colour blend pencils. This is a massive set. It's 120 pencils you're getting in total, and you're getting that discount, which is mega, saving way over £60. So if you do want it, grab it whilst you can. I've got the illustrated dual tips on as well. Now these are 3 for 2 at the moment. So this is just one colour pack. This is a set of 4 and it's the verdant green colours. But there are loads on the website. Go and have a nosy, 3 for 2. Then we've got the 8x8 stamping platform, and that's the one with the magnetic base. Today is my day to buy it. I've got the smaller one that doesn't have the magnetic elements. I need it to get that neat finish each time. And you're getting 50 bonus points. I know, what a treat. Then I've also got for you your glossy highlights. If you want to get that free shipping because you are platinum and you're in the US, if you do want to get it, you're just under the threshold. Add this to your basket, you'll be over it, won't you? Think so. So that's a good way to add it, because we do love a bit of 3D texture. I'm not stopping there. I've also got for you some Christmas Centura. Oh, the colours in this are so lovely. Proper like festive red, silvers, golds, etc. £10 or $14. If you want to see them colours properly, do message in. I can always show them to you later. We've also got your sparkle glitter brushes. Now these are relatively new to us because they've come in a different configuration as we had them previously. So maybe you've got some colours that you found you loved so much together, you wished you could buy them all in one set together as opposed to all the numerous packs. grab this stellar deal today and you're going to get to play with them all in one place. So do feel free to get them. You don't have to pick which one you want. You're getting all the ones you're seeing on the screen. So do enjoy them, especially because we are magpies, aren't we, as crafters? Oh yeah, if I can throw a sequin on something, you want to bet I'm going to. So do treat yourself to those ones. Who wants to get on board with some more creativity? And don't forget, by the way, if you're getting creative, maybe you're, quacking on with Christmas, you're feeling a little bit festive, send in, let us know what you're up to. We'd love to hear from you. We really do absolutely adore it. And you can get in touch in all of these ways. And also, do not forget that if you do want to get involved with the craft along, you can absolutely. We had someone message in before saying, I would love to get involved with craft alongs. And don't forget, you absolutely can. If you would like to, you can email us. It's crafterstvguest@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Info's here. So if you do think about it, take the leap. Why not? Speaking of taking the leap, let's leap into Christmas with our wonderful festive elf. It's Craig.
I'm too busy just carrying on colouring in from the last one, going with the bow.
You're having a great time,
I've got
aren't
myself
you?
sorted for the next demo, and I've just been carrying on colouring in there. Anyway,
Real.
let's move on, Becky, to this next one. Now, this is one that we were talking about in Wake Up Call. I do think if I was to have a favourite, this is it. This one being our festive banner. This is, again, they are all sizable, so this one here is relatively big. Now I'm going to say, at least within the stamp set, this one 3.6 by 6 inches. With this one here, you've got the banners. Now you've got all these little sentiments here, all these little words that work in conjunction with the little banners.
Clever,
so you
that.
can pop them in. So clever. I'm going to quickly as well show you this one I showed you earlier on. Who made this one on our team? Nikki made this one here. Gorgeous if you were to keep it flat. But if I tip it upwards on its side, if you're like me and you like doing your fussy cutting and your decoupage, you can do that with these ones as well. So lots of different avenues in which Sarah Kay has designed these for you to go down road-wise if you want to do different things. What we're going to do with this one is we're going to make a card. We're going to use the stamp and we're going to use one of the dies so it's an edgeable sort of effect when it comes to the card. We're going to pop in some of our glossy highlights as well, and I'm even going to sneak in some of our clear sparkle overlay as well, because we've got sparkle pens on the show. But let's go in to start with. Let's bring in, this is my card blank underneath here. So with this one, Becky, this is a card blank. It's 8 1/4 by 5 3/4. But what I've done with this one is I'm going to have it so the hinge of my card blank is along the top.
Okay.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my stamp, and the stamp I'm going to have, now you could have it either way if you want. I'm going to have it so that my image of the stamp is going to be on the left hand side of the card. Usually, to be pleasing on the eye, to theme a card, you tend to find a lot of things are popped to the right hand side, but it does work as well to be popping them on the left hand side. It will become more apparent as I go on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to determine where I want that to be. And what I mean by that is this part here is going to be die cut. So if I bring the corresponding die, so I think is it that one? There we go, yep. It's this die here. So this is going to cut out the left hand side. Now, if I want my stamp right up to the left-hand side, great, I can have that. If I want to pull my image further down and die cut there, that means this area will all be die cut and this bit will be left in full. But I am going to come right up to the top here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at my die, see where I want it positioned. I'm happy but my stamp's going to be there. So what I can then do, before I die cut, if you want to die cut first, you can. It's entirely up to you. But I'm going to bring in my stamping platform and I'm going to move my discs. Let's pop this one in and I'm going to press all these into place. I am going to be careful because my card blank, you see how it goes over the edge of my large stamping platform? So when I come to press, I'll bring in this just to show you. I'm not going to press too hard along the top because I don't want to put a little indent into my cardstock.
I get you,
But this
yeah.
just goes to show that you can still use it with your large platform as well.
Cool.
So now that I've got that in place, card blank is straight, I'm going to come in, I'm going to lightly press. That is now got my stamp where I want it, my cardstock's in the right place, and this time I think let's go for something not quite as harsh as a black. Let's go in with Flagstone, and this is more of a deep grey. I'm going to ink this one up, we're going to stamp it like we done before, and then we're going to come in, get that into all its little notches, and then I'm going to press. I always like to keep one hand somewhere on the stamped impression and move the other hand. Sometimes I'll change, but I like to just keep one firmly in place. Remove it to have a look. Missed a little bit there, maybe there, maybe there. I'm not overly concerned. I've got my magnetic platform. I'm going to come in again, re-ink, and then we're going to press that impression. And we're going to start, I've just put my fingers in that, so I'm going to re-ink that again. And we're going to colour, primarily using our Illustrator pens with these ones, Becky.
Okay.
So here we go.
We did have a question about the Illustrator pens, which I'll ask you later on actually, but Gloria, I'm not ignoring you, I will ask that in a bit.
Okie doke, no problem. So here we are. So press that. Now we've got that nice flourish all the way down. You could have a die cut sentiment topper, maybe in an oval. So this is just
nice.
hugging
Yeah,
the side
lovely.
of the topper if you want to. Nice way. Tag. If you want to use the both dies to die cut it out, then that's a nice little tag if you want. But I'm happy with that. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to come along with this die. I'm going to match it up to the side here. And also at this point, Becky, if I want the die to die cut right close against the stamped image, I can. If I want to have a little bit more of a white border, I can pull this further and further away. You are in complete control of how the die cut looks. Not only in control of how you colour it, but you're in complete control of how you die cut it. So once I get that where I want it to be, I'm going to tape it here and here. I'm going to tape it to the left-hand side because that means if my low tack tape was actually to grab hold of my cardstock and slightly tear, I'm not too concerned because this is all going to be waste. And what I'm also going to do very quickly, I've got my large Gemini here. I'm just going to change over, Becky, because you'll maybe notice once I bring in my junior plates, can you see how that's not going to go through my Gemini Junior
Yes.
because of the size of it?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I've brought my large Gemini in, it's at the side of me here. I'm going to bring in my large plates and we're going to run this one through. So with the first demo, although I done just stamping, size-wise it's a good way to show that it will go through your Junior or of course your MIDI. But if you want to do these larger cards, larger projects, use your large Gemini if you want. Gemini, brilliant, great, but if you've got any other die cutting machine out there that's not the Gemini, then it's still going to work. An absolute treat. So remove this one out the way. The only thing we will need to do is a tiny little bit of snipping where it's still held in place along the top. So I'm going to peel that one out there and then there. So let's bring in my scissors, and along the fold line along the top I'm going to snip. So I'm going to use my scissors, I'm going to snip along till I get to the end, remove that, then we've got our impression of the image. If anything actually, I probably would have moved my die just slightly to the left. Just can you see how it's not quite grasped the holly leaves? But do you know what? In absolute pure style, here's one Blue Peter style that I've done here. What I will do, still using this one, let's show you a few of these sentiment stamps, and then what I'll do is I'll start to do some colouring in. So here we go. So let's have a look. Let's go, where are we? Happy Christmas to you. And you've got a few other ones that you could be mixing and matching if you want. And you can be using your small stamping platform. Because these are really diddy little stamps, I just happen to like to use an acrylic block that
Lovely.
I've got with me.
I suppose if you did want to make this into like a winter birthday card, with the banner you could always take the little numbers that you might have from things like
Amazing.
Bottles Up and stuff. They have all the numbers, don't they?
That would be a really good idea. Yeah, yeah. You might have real sizable, small sizable stamps that
Yeah.
are going to fit here.
Yeah.
You go for it. I know out on the market you do get really small sentiment dies, die words, if you've got them, and incorporate them as well.
Perfect.
So yeah, see what...
I like having the banner. I think there's lots you could do with that.
There is lots, isn't
Yeah.
there? Yeah. What I know, I'm saying I know. I don't know if there's things like graduations or that round the festive period or that, but because you've got that banner, you know, a graduation sort of feel to it.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, mix and match. So January, graduation, Georgina's saying, so
Yeah.
why not use it as well? You can start to colour it whichever way that you want. So that's how I would stamp
Lovely.
the sentiments in. I am going to use this one just because I've got it cut perfectly along the top. I could, if I wanted to, use that same die on the inside. So this is going to give me a matching layer on the back.
Got you.
But I like to have this full card blank. So now what I'm going to do is let's bring in my piece of card and let's do some colouring.
Oh, we love a bit of colouring.
We do.
There's lots of people messaging in today about the likes of colouring, actually. We did say that we would talk about the Illustrator, so if you don't mind, just whilst you're getting all your bits and bobs ready, Craig.
Of course.
This is from Gloria. She's asked, could Craig please explain if the Aqua Illustrator pens are the same as alcohol illustrators? I also want to know if the colour pencils can be used with them.
So the aqua and alcohol, they are different. So the alcohol are an alcohol base. I think I've got a question here. So yeah, so the Aqua Illustrator pens, they're aqua, so they're water based. So that means you can then be doing all your water techniques. So anything, water background, water techniques, anything like that. The alcohol ones are exactly that, they're the alcohol ones. So these are going to be good for your blending, your shading. So they are different. And then, what was the other part to our
Can
questions?
you use them with pencils?
Absolutely.
I also want to know if colour pencils can be used.
Yes, so whether you're using the alcohol or you're using the aqua, you can come along afterwards and use your colour pencils.
I have
to
got
then-
some lovely pencils on the way as well.
You do indeed. So you can. So start to cross-pollinate any of your colour mediums that you've got. The Spectrum Noir brand as a whole will all complement each other beautifully. But if you do happen to have your pencils or that, if you're using anything water-based to start with, pen-wise, let it dry, then come along with your pencils
Got
and
you.
add extra detail. But yeah, you can absolutely go to town and then create some incredible depth by mixing them together.
That's fab. Lily Jones has messaged in as well. I like the name Lily, saying, I know it's not quite as exciting as getting a new product collection, but I've just had my new plates delivered. I love it when they are brand new. It's like when you take the film off a new phone screen.
Oh, that's so good.
I love that. Or getting a new jotter.
A new jotter,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You know, and you open your jotter, and if you were like, you know, I still do it now. I don't know what I was about to say. When I was at school, but your handwriting would always be like the best, wouldn't it, on the first page, and then it sort of
Yeah.
deteriorates as you go through the book. But yeah, that first page of a jotter, oh, you're right, yeah, peeling off that of a new mobile phone. Oh, yeah, let us know what your little things like that are, if you've got any.
I've got one.
Go on, tell me.
A fresh, unopened coffee jar, and you pop the foil on
Oh,
the top.
that is one of the best things in life.
Love it.
Yes, you're so right. It's so satisfying.
It is so
and
satisfying.
that waft you get
Yep.
is beautiful, isn't it?
So lovely.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-for. You get that satisfied feeling,
Yeah.
of popping the foil lid, and then you get that waft of coffee.
Yeah. But once you get that initial waft, every time you take the lid off after that, it doesn't smell the same, does it?
No, it doesn't, to be fair.
A little bit of our soundproofing's just fallen off the wall. It's all right. It's gotten stuck in the lighting rig. I just thought I'd bring it up because it's very near you, Craig, and it's just one gust of that fan. It might knock you on the head.
Sarah's not in today. She's not in the other studio, so we won't hear her. To be fair, we'd still hear her even with the soundproof around, wouldn't we?
Do feel free to keep your messages coming in on social. Don't forget. And if you do have any questions, I will run them by you. Aisha has said, picked up another tin of pencils, building this collection slowly, but at $14 a tin, that is a deal. Thank you, Aisha, for your message. It's nice to be able to join those up. Don't forget, we have got different ways in which you can buy all of these things, and you can get them in big bundles, little bundles, cardboard boxes, whatever. So if you do want to, just hang on with us, and I will go through those for you a little bit later.
That's what I love about what we bring to you on Crafters TV. Whether it's a launch day or even something like Cartload, we'll always try our best to bring smaller selections or smaller bundles. Now, of course, with it being something brand new, so many of you, like myself, just want to get your hands on the lot of them. Not always feasible, we totally get that. So we will then bring in maybe smaller bundles. You know, we think, for instance, our floral spray bundle. Now, there might be some of you that want to go for that huge complete collection. I get that. But some of you incredible die-hard Crafters Companion fans will already have lots of Nina cardstock, will already have an ink pad. Maybe you don't need any more of that. So therefore, we bring you a smaller bundle, but what we do give you is another one of your glossy highlights, because we know that you're going to be using that time and time again, like I do, like both Debbies do, like we all do, including Jan. So it's so good that we're able to do that. And certainly when it comes to our colour and mediums, whether it's a full collection or we just open that gate for you to get maybe smaller collections or smaller bundles.
And I think this is actually, the big collection, I personally think is really very, very, very good for beginners. People who maybe have recently thought, do you know what, I want to, make some cards and start a new hobby, or maybe even start a new business. So I'm going to treat myself to a die cutting machine. What else do I need? This has kind of got you covered, hasn't it? Obviously, there's things you're going to need to stock up on, like your cards and things like that. But it's kind of all here. You've got things to add colour, you've got things to add texture, you've got things to add gloss, you've got things to actually, work on. You've got the dies, you've got the stamps, you've got everything you need. So the big collection is a great one if you are brand spanking new and you don't need anything to stock up on. But again, if you do, as Craig just said, then there's the smaller, more sort of bite-sized version. Still excellent, but maybe not all of the things that you've already got in your stash. So info for that one is on your screen if you would like to treat yourself to it. You are looking at £75 or $89.95. I will be going through everything closer and more in detail as the time goes on.
Excellent. And just to reiterate what you just said there, Becky, I've done it myself. Maybe things like our craft kits, we say they're nice and small, they're perfect for beginners. Please don't ever think that big collections aren't good for beginners either.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to go through everything Becky's just said. I'm just going to say Becky's absolutely spot on there. Sometimes the big collections for beginners are good ways to go because you've got, I'm not going to say everything, but you've got all the main elements to get you started. Pop in a few additional key elements and that's you good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, always think about that as well.
Because if you are brand new, just to give you an idea, if you are brand new and this is what you bought, even if, and I'm not suggesting you get this if you don't have a die cutting machine, it may well be something that you want to practice with and try, or maybe you're planning on getting one anyway, but even if you didn't have a die cutting machine, you would be able to make numerous cards just with what you're getting in this collection. So
True,
it's kind of, I'm not saying that it's, great if you don't have a die cutting machine, but if you didn't, maybe you're planning on getting one, next payday, but you want to play with colouring and things before you get it, then still a great one, a great way to get started.
Definitely, really good idea. Really good. I suppose it's somewhere along the lines of, when you're doing a food shop and you're needing washing up liquid and it's, sometimes you get the really good deals of buy one, get one free, or buy one, get two free. And sometimes you say, oh gosh, I've got plenty. But you're going to need it.
Yeah.
Whereas something like that, you might not have a die cut machine, but in the future that you're potentially going to look to invest in one.
Yeah. And also, on that same note, If you think about things like your ink pads and your pencils that you're getting in here, it's a little bit like when you're doing the food shop and you go and buy herbs and spices. You may only follow a recipe that needs a herb in it that you think, oh, I'm only going to use that once. But then 2-3 months later even, you might find another recipe and you go, hey, up, I don't have to buy it, I've still got it in. It's kind of the same with the pencils.
Exactly.
You might not use them every single day or every single week, but when you go, hey, up, I know what this needs, you know you've got it. So it's that's the great thing about crafting. There's very few things that once you buy them, you use them once, you can't use them anymore.
Yeah.
There's not that many, is there really, if you
No,
think?
no, and then it's the same when it comes to following styles, leading on to what you said there. You might like this style of card I'm doing now, Becky.
Yeah.
But you maybe want to use the bells instead. You might want to use that. You might have another die set at home that you've got stamping dies together and you want to replicate the style that I'm doing, but with that one. So you're
Yeah.
mixing and matching, bringing in things that you've got in the past
Yeah,
and using them.
that's
So
a
yeah,
great point.
really mixing and matching.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to stand in colour anymore because I've done the banners here. So what I would continue to do for the banners, so anyone wants to know, I used, let me get them in the order. So I used GY2, GY3 and GY5, Mimosa, Gold and Yellow Orchid. And with the green I actually didn't do a 3-tone blend. I'd done 2 complete different. I used pear green to go through and I wanted that intense darkness down the centre. So I went all the way to Holly, which is JG7. And I would carry on pretty much with those same colours. The only additional one is within the foliage here, I would go in with the emerald green, which is AG3, and I would just go into all these little bits. So before I bring in my finished one to assemble, what I would then do is let's go in with my glossy highlights, and where I have coloured, well, some of the berries, I would colour them all, but what I would then do is come in with my glossy highlights and I would start. I've got such a bad habit of before I go live, Becky, I take the lid off so that it's there ready,
Yeah,
and then you
and
forget
then it
about the
goes.
lights and the
Yeah.
heat and it clogs up. So I need to stop doing that. And there's no reason to, because if you're new to them, not seeing them, within the lid of the glossy highlights, you've got kind of like a protector seal right in the middle, so it stops it from clogging. So I don't know why I don't just put the lid on. I'll learn one day.
You're just too prepared.
Yeah, sometimes there's prepared and there's too prepared that ends up just causing yourself a hassle. But here we are adding little dots. So these will dry completely clear, and these will give you basically like a raindrop effect. So you can use them as raindrops, or you can end up using them as little highlights on these berries. And then what I'm also going to do at the moment here is I'm going to go in with my clear sparkle overlay. Now this is water-based that we're away to go on to alcohol, so I'm not going to drench it. What I'm just going to do with the clear sparkle overlay, I'm going to come in with the side of my
Of the banner.
banner.
Yeah.
I was about to say ribbon, it's not ribbon. I'm only going to come into the corner here. I want to create that little bit of a sheen just into the side. And we're going to come in, bringing this one in. So as I said a moment ago, all these other hollies, what I would do is colour in the same way. Still got little bits of the banners to colour in. I would colour in the same way. But what we can then do is just finish that one off. If you don't want to use the glossy highlights for the berries, you could give them a little bit of a coating with the sparkle if you want. But what will happen as that, even there, so where my
You
thumb
can
is,
see it, can't you? Yeah.
you can
Woo!
see that sparkle coming.
Yeah.
So if I then bring in this one,
Oh.
now with this background here, so this background I used AG1, which is apple. So usually I use an ice grey 2 to go around my stamped image. This time I used the green, which was, apple, AG1. So my berries fall dried clear. The only thing I've not done on this one is gone in with my sparkle, but you get the glisten coming off the little berries that we can see here. And again, another very quick and simple card to put together, because you don't need to spend a lot of time on the decoration of the card, because the stamped image, the design, that does all the shouting. That's what everyone's going to be looking at. They're not really, let's be honest, they're not going to be looking properly at the mats and layers and the bows and the gems that you've done. They're going to be looking at that design. So keep the full rest of the card nice and simple, and then you know that you're going to get that wow factor. Get another tape runner. Wow factor when everyone sees not only the image, but your colouring in whichever way you choose to colour it.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's layer that one up there. Little bit of a bow. So I've brought in some of the berries that we've got here. So I'm going to come in with my tape runner once again. Let's pop this one
Oh,
there.
that's festive.
And then last but not least, a bow. And it's a double whammy, because you don't need to add any additional sentiments,
that's it.
because you've
Wow.
already got it there. But there we go. So that one being the festive banner, and we've used our Illustrator pens. We've snuck in a little bit of that glossy highlight, which you're getting whether you go for the big bundle or you go for the smaller bundle, and we've even added a little bit of the sparkle highlight pen as well when it comes to that card.
Oh, hey, if you fancy recreating that, of course, treat yourself to the collection. I'm going to quickly whip through some of these, and then I'll show you in depth some of the other treats that we've got. So in this collection, this is the large collection on your screen. You're getting 94 elements, and that's with 16 sheets of your Nina card. We're going to get these different stamp and dies. You have to pick which is your favourite. You are getting the beautiful candle. You're getting the banners that Craig's just worked with. You've got your ribbon, or your bow, should I say. Then we've got, I love this one, your sort of floral curve, if you will. I've got your poinsettias in here as well, and the one that Craig was demoing with earlier on. You've got your bells as well in here. Don't forget, you're getting the stamps with the sentiments and the dies to cut out, you know, sideways, all in one if you wanted to. So we've got that there for you today to get all of that. But not just that, you're getting your glossy highlights as well. You're getting the colour blend pencils, and you're getting the full pack of the colour blend pencils, as you can see. Lovely set of colours. Then you're getting your Verdant and your Botanical Illustrator. So those are the types of pens that Craig was working with. And you're getting alcohol proof ink pad, and that is with the pebble colour. So all of that you are getting today. That is a saving of nearly £30, over $35, which is really, really good, of course. So do seize the moment. If you don't want all of it, because maybe you've got your pencils, etc., you just want your stamp and dies, we've got that opportunity for you as well. So you're just going to be getting the stamp and dies and your glossy highlights as well, but you're still getting the same set, so there's no need to pick, choose, you get all of them. So that's £75 or $89.95. If you've been loving the colouring, you're in the right place today, because we have got Colour Me Happy later, but also I have got your colour blend pencils, and this set I'm going to bring you is gargantuan. It's positively elephantine. It is massive, and the great thing with this is you're getting it all. Now let me just show you how they come, and then I'll show you the colours you're getting in case you haven't seen these before. These are professional quality pencils, but you don't need to be a professional to use them. That's how I would sort of describe it. What you get is you get them all in your metal tin, and they are all beautifully laying here, coloured, organised, and they all, if you look along the bottom, have the different names written upon them. So in here you're getting absolutely loads, including but not limited to snow, lemongrass, citrus. You've got stone in here, peacock green, yellow orchid, and earth. You're getting loads though, as you can see. These are the colours you're getting in the pack, and they're all showing more details on the back. So that selection there is your naturals, but as well as that, I'm bringing to you your essentials. Essentials here They really are your essential colours. They give you a little bit of a taster of everything. You've got some lovely skin tones in here if you want to be, colouring people. You've got a little touch of floral designs in here. You've got your essentials such as your white, your linen as well. So plenty to use there. And then bringing to you your floral collection. These ones really are your outdoorsy spring, summer collections you've got here, but also perfect colours to be painting, maybe colouring in the poinsettias if you wanted to, from that Stamp and Die collection. I've also got your primaries here. Now when we talk about primaries, I have got your paint primaries and your photography primaries, because those are two different things. So you are getting the paint primaries with your red, your yellow and your blue, but you're also getting the photography primaries, which has the purples and the greens within there as well. You're going to use those ones plenty, great for blending of course. And we've got your shade and tones in here as well. These ones for me, I'm looking at them and I am thinking, sort of your sky, your ocean, I'm thinking your earth, I'm thinking, your pebbled gardens, I'm thinking outdoors, I'm thinking parks. We've got it all in here. So just as a reminder, you are getting all of these colours, including this one as well. You'll get them all like this, but that's just to show you them laid down. All of these you're going to be getting. And today you are saving yourself massive half price deal. So you're buying 3 packs, but you're getting a 3 packs for it's almost like you're buying sort of 2.5 sets and you're getting 2.5 for free, isn't it? If you do want to seize the moment, today really is a great day, especially if it's your first order. Because if it is your first order, we have talked a little bit about how to use these, and we've got Colour Me Happy. We'll talk more about colouring later on. But if you are brand new today and it's your first order, you get it for that platinum price today. So it's so worth it. It really, truly is. So do seize the moment on that. That's not all I've got for you today. We have got the Centura Pearl card for you. And this Centura Pearl card is just going to make you smile. Just want to make sure I've got the right set. I do indeed. It's the Christmassy set that I've got for you. Centura Pearl has a pearlescence to it. And we have got a range of different colours. Each pack will come like this. It will tell you what your colour is at the bottom. It will also tell you the thickness. The thickness of all these is 310 GSM. Nice and sturdy. And it is A4. This one here, of course, is your cherry. This that we've got for you, these are the other colours. Hint of silver, and you'll see this hint of silver, whoa, in that design. You can see how wonderful that moves. Then I've got for you your ivory colour as well. This one's really got that hint of gentle gold to it, serious workability with this, not just as a cut out matte and layer, but also as a card by itself. And then, whoa! We've got your serious gold here. This is the one with that real added glitz and glam to it. And if you do love these ones, you'll be happy to know you're getting 40 sheets for £10, which is epic because this is great quality, as you can see. If you love your sparkle, well, I've got you covered because I want to bring you some sparkly pens. And these sparkle pens really are... well, they make you smile. If you're anything like me, a bit of a sort of magpie, then you're definitely going to smile at these. The sparkle pens are wonderful. Let me go through exactly what you're getting in here. So if you've not seen them before, they're water-soluble glitter pens, and they've got the brush tip edge to them, so they move really nicely, and they do add glitz to your designs. You're getting lots of different glitter colours in here. So you've got Firefly, which is this sort of goldeny colour, your pink garnet, your aquamarine. As well as that, I'm bringing to you in these ones your moonstone, your soft shade, and your rose quartz in this one. That one has got a touch of the mermaidal about it, hasn't it? This one I think is really good and fun. You've got in here your macaroon, your peacock blue, and your fig. That's the purple. I love that one. This is your, I don't know, to me it's like superhero. I don't really know why. But I've got in here your holly leaf, your smoke quartz, and your harvest moon. Then we're bringing to you, this is just going to be used time and time again, I think, over winter, your crystal clear, which we always use, your starry sky, and your onyx black. And of course, one of our faves, you've got the crystal clear 3 times over. So this is the clear overlay that Craig used a little bit at the side of the banner. You're getting all of these, no need to pick every single one of them. and you're getting it for just $64.95, and they are going to go far, especially around this time of year when we want all of that wonderful sparkle in our lives. $64.95 or $84.75. So seize the moment on those ones whilst you can. And if you were watching the demo and like me thinking, I do have a stamping platform, but oh blimey, the magnetic base would be handy, I've got it here for you. This is the one that Craig was using. It's 8 inches by 8 inches. You're getting the 4 magnets in there to hold your pieces in design, and you're getting the stamping in platform so that you can get that clear, consistent finish time and time again, whether you're using rubber stamps or clear stamps or whatever it is really, you can use this. So there you go, $22.49 or $26.99 and 50 bonus points. It's a fab set of deals we've got going on today, isn't it, Craig?
Really good, really good. Just been having a look at all the comments going through. A lot of you loving them, especially the colour blend pencils as well.
Fab, that. And we do have loads more of those deals and treats coming up for you. So do head on over to the website and have a little looky. Whilst you're looking, shall we get demoing? Ooh, go on then. What are we up to next, Craigle?
Rightio, let's go on with the Christmas bow now, and we're going to use the colour blend pencils.
Fab.
So let's go in, and what we're going to do with this one is we're going to die cut the full image. And that is how versatile the collection is with having the dies included. So what I'm going to do to start with, let's go in with the bow. So very similar to the other ones we've done so far, you get your main image. So this one we've got the bow, we've got the foliage coming out, the holly with the berries, but you've got little accent design as well as some of your sentiments. So what we can do is let's go in with the main stamp, and I'm going to bring in my stamping platform once again. And I'm using our colour blend pencils, so therefore I'm still using my Neenah cardstock, and I'm still using my alcohol-proof ink pad. I just caught myself because I've just got a black mark on one side. I've turned it over and I've got another black mark on the other, but it doesn't matter because we're going to die cut it out.
Okay.
So popping it on, popping my discs on to hold it into place, and then what we can do is stamp it. Let's go for a flagstone again for this one, because what we're going to do is the foliage, Becky, I'm going to colour it with the traditional greens and reds, but the bow, we're actually going to go bright and purple, purple and lilac.
Nice.
Blending in some of the colours from the colour blend pencils. So let's give this a good stamp. I'm going to come in once again, and then what I'm going to do is press. So if I press these ones here, and what I'm going to have to do, Becky, is the primary sets of colour blend pencils that you've got in that gorgeous pack shot that John spent ages trying to set up. Could you bring them across to me, please?
The
Because
primaries.
don't have one of the primaries, and I need the colours from that.
No problem.
Great impression here, but what I am going to do is I'm going to give it another one. So we're giving it another bold impression. Thank you very much. And we're going to go back into play. And I would be more than happy with that first impression, but every now and again, what you can do is do a double or a triple stamped impression. And what that does is that gives you such a bold outline that we can see here. So now that I'm happy with that and happy with that, I'm going to bring in the dies. You will have a little bit of snippage that you're going to have to do. But it's
snippage.
very little. So I'm going to match up this first outline die first. So I'm going to match it up around the side. So let's get that where I want. So let's go, so I'm making sure, so that is the right ones. Follow it around. Once I am happy where I want it to be, I'm going to secure it into place. Let's just see if I can get that. I'm always really pernickety, Becky. Not the time to be pernickety when you're live, but there we go. Got it there.
Well, sometimes you actually, quite often you actually colour around yours, don't you? And that's something that Anna's asked about. Would you be able to use the hint of pens for outlinings, or would that be too subtle?
You can do. You will sometimes find with some of them, or many of them, you might find it's going to be a little bit too subtle.
Right.
However, if you like that real subtle look, of course you can. Absolutely you can do. Some of them you might be more than happy with the shadow effect that you're getting. So go for it. There's nothing stopping you from using them. Give it a shot and see. And if you like it, great. If it's too light, just go over with the darker. The darker is going to cover the light,
Yeah.
so you're not wasting anything. But of course, get a little bit of scrap card or something, go on the colour of the area of your card, see how it's going to look, and then play it from there. But yeah, you can use these ones if you want.
Fabulous. That's great.
So now that I've cut these ones up, so what I'm going to do is if I take the die off, what I was saying about having to do a little bit of snipping. So if I take that, I'm not worried about ripping it because that's the outside. So if I take this one and then this one, what I'll need to do is bring in my scissors, and it's cut on the left and the right hand side, but right up to the top, it's just held in place with a little pip. So all that I'm going to do, snip that one away. I'm going to come to the bottom and do the same and snip that one away. And now we've got our foliage bow, or to be precise, Christmas bow, where we've now die cut the full image. If you wanted to do fussy cutting and go right in with even more detail, you can do. That's the option that you've got. It's the sort of thing that I like to do, but it's not essential. The die does the full die cutting for you. And then we can then come in. It's habit that I like to put cardstock underneath, even with the colourblind pencils. I've got some of the other colours that I need, but let's go in with this bow. So when it comes to the bow, I'm going to go for, let's go for, where's my purple one? I'm going to go for the mauve. And what I'm going to do, well, I just do the one and show you how you can blend with the one. Let's go with it. Yeah.
Decisions.
Actually, maybe go in with a, what have I got here? So let's go, yeah, let's just stick with it. No, I'll maybe add a little bit of velvet. So I'm going to go in with the primaries for this one here.
Lovely.
And I'm going to be using the mauve for most of the bow. I might add a little bit of velvet. So the velvet is a little bit, well, it's considerably darker, still along the purple realms, but a bit darker. So let's go in now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in some ways, treat it like I'm colouring with my alcohol. And I'm going to go in light. What I like to do as well is on a little bit of scrap, Becky, I like to colour. I don't like the sharp point that you get at pencils, any pencils.
Yeah.
So I like to file it down slightly, and then I get a nice smooth base that I can come and colour. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to go in light, and I'm going to start off light, and I'm going to build that colour up. So imagine at this point you're going in with your lightest alcohol pen, and you're, in some ways, you're sort of priming the base. And this is how you can start to build up definition. Build up, oh, there's lots of B's, too much
Build up
B's.
definition.
That's it. On whatever chosen area you're colouring.
That's lovely.
Always add. Unfortunately, you can't always take off. In most cases, some you can, but here we are. So
That looks so
happy
lovely.
with that's going. What I'm actually going to do is let's shade it in a different way. So let's lay down the colour completely over the bow, and then we've got a nice soft base. What I'm then going to do is a little bit more heavy-handed. I'm going to come maybe about between a third of the way and 2/3 of the way. What I'm also going to do is I am leaning on watercolour card. It's going to give me a little bit of a texture that I don't actually want. So I'm going to go in. So there's little tips to watch for as well. Although I'm on my Nina cardstock, the texture underneath can sometimes pick through. Sometimes it can look good, and it would look good. That's not the look that I'm wanting to go for.
No, you're going a bit smoother.
So I'm going to go back in, and I'm carrying on with what I'm doing. Bit more heavy-handed, and I'm going to go in this way, here. And then what I'm going to do, still using that same pen, not quite as heavy-handed, but I'm going to blend that darkness into the light, and then we can blend that one out. I'm not using any liquid blending solution or stumps or anything. I'm using the one pencil for now, blending that out.
Looks
So
lovely.
if I come in here, finish on it, well, I'm not finished this part of the bow, but I want to show you, so see how you've got that blend already with the one pencil. I am going to come in with the velvet, which is still from the primaries. And all that I'm going to do, Becky, is I'm going to come in only to the base of the bow here. If I want to follow some of these accent lines that Sarah's put in, you can do. What I'm also going to do, while I'm here, let's just do the same. So I'm going to go in light with underneath the centre of this bow. Now, this part of the bow, this is on the inside.
Yes.
So therefore, most of that is going to be quite dark. So I'm going to go in heavy-handed to most of it. There's a very, very little bit that's very light. I'm going to come back in with that velvet again. A very faint line that I'm going in. Let's blend that out again. Finish it off all the way round. And then I'm going to come back in. And once again, quite light-handed now. What I'm doing is I'm going back to the mauve and I'm blending that velvet into that medium tone, so to speak,
That's great.
that I've blended in.
Oh, I love it in that colour because it's not like a traditional Christmassy
No, it's
colour, but
not.
it works out so well. Hey, oh, by the way, speaking of it today being kind of the launch, let's say, of our Christmas in July, feel free to get in your Christmas jokes.
Yeah.
I love a Christmas joke.
Who doesn't?
Do you have any good ones? I mean, I'm putting you on the spot one. I'll tell you one of my favourite ones.
Right.
What's the best Christmas gift you can get?
What's the best Christmas gift you can get?
It's a broken drum. You can't beat it.
Oh.
Do-do-do-do.
I'm going to give you that one. I thought I've heard all Christmas jokes. I've never heard that one before.
Do feel free to message in with your Christmas jokes. Especially Christmas cracker rubbishy ones.
There is one that always sticks in my mind.
Go on.
What do you do when you see a spaceman?
What do you do when you see a spaceman? Dunno.
Parking it, man. Courtesy of the Vicar of Dibley.
Parking it, man.
What do you see? See a space, man. What do you do when you see a space?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is a beauty. I mean, that's one for your book, Greg. That's good.
Don't worry,
that one.
Georgina. I'm always slow when it comes to jokes, so don't worry. Always. Always, always. I'm bad at jokes.
How do elves clean Santa's sleigh?
Don't know.
They use sanitizer.
Oh, no, that's a good one for this year, isn't it?
2021 people. Sanitizer.
Sanitizer.
Yeah,
That is a good one.
quite good that. Georgina and George, I will be asking for yours later as well, so get thinking. They're both going, oh no, get on the internet.
Christmas, yeah. Oh, I can get carried away just colouring in here. Do you know that, Becky? But
It's
here we
relaxing
go.
though, isn't
It is
it?
so relaxing. But building up the colour. What we'll do? Let's do one other bit of the bow here. I will do one of the holly leaves, and then I'll show you the finished result.
Loads of you being social today. Hello. Oh, Georgina's got one. We share it to us. Well, the internet's got one that's made her laugh. And please do take this the right way, but you laughed a little bit like Janice from Friends then.
No, you.
Don't you think?
Oh my God.
Go on, Georgina, tell us. What kind of motorbike does Santa ride? A Holly Davidson. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. How does Christmas Day end? Says Georgina. I don't know. With the letter Y.
Oh, some corkers,
Do you know
aren't
what?
they?
I wish I hadn't brought this topic up now.
Hey, it could be worse. Ben could be in.
He's good at jokes.
Oh, you're too kind to him.
Oh, no, he is. I love a dad joke, me. Big fan.
Never mind dad jokes, it's granddad jokes with Ben. Do you know who you sounded like there when you laughed?
Oh, better be nice.
Arthur Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that is nice. I've got a touch of the Arthur Christmas about me, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it's in the nose.
Me and Ben were mucking about on Snapchat yesterday with
Yeah.
all the filters.
Oh, aye.
And there's one of them that's a relative new one. It makes you look like characters. And mine makes me look like Arthur Christmas.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. You should see Ben bald. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
He looks like he's got a very nice shaped noggin, though, if you ask me.
I don't know, he looks like someone that should be in a prison or something.
I have a feeling I'd look like that sort of 90s film with Coneheads. Remember them?
Who?
The Coneheads. Yeah.
Oh, the
Film,
Coneheads.
Yeah,
Ah, yeah. That was with Steve Martin, wasn't it?
correct. And I think the woman from Third Rock from the Sun's in it, but I'm rubbish with names and faces, so I could be wrong.
Right, I better get back to explaining what I'm doing, but here we go. So all that I'd done to start with, Becky, was I built up my layers using mauve, which is from the primary sets. And then what I've done into the corner, and then what I done within the centre of the bow, I done exactly the same on the right-hand side. So what we're doing is we're getting that lightness and that curvature, and I done that by adding a slight bit of the velvet, still with the primaries. And then what I'm going to do is let's do one of the holly, and then I'll bring in the finished one that I've coloured, and we can assemble another relatively quick and simple card to let you see how it is the artwork, the colouring, the design that you want to focus on, and not necessarily all the time you spend decorating the card. But going in, this one is grass, and this one here is from the natural set. So the next couple of greens that I'm using are all from the natural set. So that one is grass, that one, ironically, is called holly. So I'm going to go in here, actually let's go in back with the grass. I'm going to lay down a little bit more colour, purposely going this real intense bright green to start with, laying down that base, and then I'm going to come in now with the holly, and all that I'm going to do is I'm going to go right along the centre here. I'm going to go straight in, and I'm starting off light, and then I am getting a little bit more heavy-handed as time goes on. So getting a little bit more heavy-handed, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the grass, and what I can do is I can blend that one out here. So I'm going to go in with that one, and then blend them out.
Speaking of blending, Pamela has said, which ink to stamp if using pencils and blending fluid? Or what ink would you use to stamp with if you're using the blending fluid?
So you would be using your alcohol ink pads. So for instance, I've been using either the Noir Black or the Flagstone, because what you need to, what to remember is the blending solution. This is the liquid that's in your pens. The only difference is you've got colour in them. So that is what's in all of your pens, but with colour. So therefore, you're going to be using your alcohol-proof ink pad to do the blending with the blending ink solution.
Great
so
stuff.
hopefully that helps. And then what I'm going to do, Becky, is with one of the grey, let's go in with the Storm Grey for this one, which happens to be from Shades and Tone. And what actually, I want to do this justice after the show.
Okay.
What I was going to do is colour in with the storm cloud, with the tote, and do exactly what I've done with the purple, but on the bell.
Right.
And then what I would do on the bell is come in and do the
nice.
glossy highlights. I don't want to rush that because I don't want to waste this. We'll do that later on.
Great.
But once you've coloured in all of these, so the holly would be the green, what I would do, the little berries I would do red again, and the rest of the bow I would do in the purple, would then look like that one.
Lush.
So there with the grey, we've got the highlight there.
That's
And
fab.
once again, if you wanted to, a light covering into the centre of the bow with a little bit of clear sparkle overlay. So we'll get a little bit of a sparkle within the bow.
God, it's lush.
So set that to the side. Very, very simple card blank to construct. So let's go in with our papers, which is from Sarah's signature collection last year, Glistening Snowflake. So let's set that one there. I'm going to do a banner within this one here, and then we can bring in our foam pads. We're going to lift up our bow. So let's bring in this one here. So if we pop that one there, and I'm going to do the bow, I'm going to do the foam pads down the centre, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to manipulate that slightly, and we can take the foam pad off. So this is going to stabilise it onto your card, but what will happen is because you've got no foam pads around the surrounding area, you're still going to get that slight dip from the manipulation of the cardstock. Sentiment, which is part of the same stamps collection, just for you at Christmas time. If you want to add gems, of course you can do.
That looks lovely.
But then there we go. So that one being the Christmas bow, and it is using our colour blend pencils for that one there. And we've picked up a little bit with the glossy highlights as well as a teensy little bit of the sparkle overlay.
Fabulous. Oh, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? If you do want to seize the moment on them, then absolutely do feel free. You are getting in here that wonderful stamp and die collection, all 6 of them, and with this one you're getting that glossy highlights as well. This is your smaller collection. I say smaller, it's still 61 elements. So if you do want to treat yourself, then you absolutely can. I've also got the massive collection too, that's all of that you can see, but also with it you are getting, oh I so nearly dropped that, you are also getting all of the pencils, you're getting the inks, nice work Gregor, oh beautiful, oh, look at that tan, go away, you're making me look pasty. I've also got for you the Nina card as well in there as the illustrator pens too, and again you've got all of these to go in there. These are the elements that make up the stamp and die collection, so you're getting all of these lovely stamps, lots of you talking about the stamps actually, and no surprise there, even just stamps standalone, they're great. So you've got loads in here, including the lights of the candle, the banner that Craig demoed before, the bow, which we were just colouring in then, the curved flowers, which I believe you can use any time of year. Mother's Day, yeah. Your grand's birthday, not a problem. I think they're fabulous. Weddings, be lovely. Oh, way up. Sorry, choose your imagination. Keep it going, keep it going. Like a hairband, you know, for like a bridal design. That'd be quite nice, isn't it? Like a little fascinator for a race day or something. You've got your poinsettia as well here, and you've got those bells. All of them today, including all of the other elements you're getting in there, and the glossy highlights, of course. So you can seize your moment on those ones. We have also got loads of card for you, because if you are going to be stocking up to get crafting, you're going to want all the right types of cards. Nina card. A card so smooth. It is high-end quality card that we will use for so many different things. You can stamp onto this, you can colour on this. In fact, this is what Craig has been using. So today you're getting not 1 pack, not 2, but 3 packs. 16-piece cards, pages in each, and as you can see, they're A4 in size. Today, to get all of them, it's £9. That's it. You're saving 25% or $13, sorry. As well as that, you can also get your white stamping card. Just to give you an idea of how much of this you're getting, whoopah! You are going to be getting 60 sheets in here in total, which is mega, isn't it? And even more mega-tastic when you think you're getting 3 sets of them. So you're going to be getting 180 sheets in total. Just think of it in the most basic form. If you were to fold just one piece in half, that is a card blank made. You can make, therefore, 180 cards for just £19.98 or $29.98. 180 card blanks! If you're anything like me and you go and have a nosy in your crafting stores, you can buy A4 folded in half. You can be paying, you know, what, £2, £3 just for a pack of 10? But, you know, this is high-end quality as well, and you can make them, obviously, they don't have to be boring folded in half ones, do they? 180 of them for that price. Good work to you. Okay, we have got so much more to come up on screen. I'm going to guess you, if you wish, to check out your baskets. And whilst you do, let me remind you, if it is your first order, you will be getting 250 points with your first order. It's so easy to do, and if you're not entirely sure what those points go towards, have a little look at this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, $1 or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. We have got so much more to come, including we're going to be voting on a demo of the show. And we're going to squeeze in another demo. We have got loads of you who have just checked out in that break. Thank you for checking out. We do appreciate it. And you know now that it will be whooing its way onto you very soon. If you do see anything or you've seen anything on the web that you need a bit more information about, maybe you want to see any of the other elements and colours, do feel free to let us know. And don't forget, we've got Colour Me Happy coming up for you later because I've already seen people talking about that already. For now though, should we squeeze in another demo? Go on, let's do it. Craig, what are we up to for this one, please?
Right, this one, what we're going to do is use the Winter Blessings for this one here. Now what we're then going to do is, if we don't get it all done, I'll finish the finished result because this is the other one that Linda Fitzsimmons had coloured for me.
Oh, lush.
So she's done a couple for me so that I could get real step-by-step demos ready for you on launch day. So that's a massive, massive help because, you know, colouring involved. And it's great to sit down and relax and colour if you've got time to do it. So a massive thank you to Linda for the couple that she's done for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with my card blank. So I've got 6 by 6 card blank here, and I'm going to come in with our winter blessing. So this one here, what we've got, if I take this one off, we're going to use one of the die sets. So this is where, once again, you can determine, because you've got the 2 different dies here, you can determine how you want this to be on your card blank. Keep in mind you've got the die for the left, die for the right. You can have it to the left, to the right. You might want to have it round that way. You might want to have it as a curve. It's entirely up to yourself. So you might go, no, let's go that way. So this is where I'm going to have my stamp. So let's pop it the right way. Let's bring in the corresponding die. So that'll be this one. Because once I get it in place, I'll explain. So I'm going to have it round about like this design, because this bit will be cut away and it'll be left with this nice curvature all the way throughout.
Lovely.
So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to match the die from the top and the bottom of the cardstock. Now, once again, you can have it that way, further to the side if you want, but I'm doing it this way. So I showed you earlier on that you can either dictate the design by doing the stamping first, then the die cutting, or if you wanted to, you can then do the die cutting first, and then obviously you can then dictate where you're going to stamp afterwards. So it's just about having a little bit of a play and seeing what you want to do first. Stamp and die cut, or die cut and stamping. We're going to go in with our junior plate. So same plate configuration that you would do with any of our dies. We're going to layer this one up, and we're going to run that one through, Becky.
Nice and easy.
That one.
We've got loads and loads of you getting involved with us today. Hi to you. Don't forget, if you've got any questions for Greg, then do. But also, we are asking for your jokes. Pamela's made me giggle out loud before. What happened to the turkey at Christmas? It got gobbled.
Oh.
Out of all of the reactions, I didn't expect yours then. Oh.
It got taken.
Gobbled.
It got gobbled.
Yeah, no, that was the punchline.
What was the joke? I mean, I was too busy. I was too busy just focusing on my junior.
What? Right, we'll edit this bit out, shall we, of the live show?
Yeah.
What happened to the turkey at Christmas?
I don't know.
It got gobbled.
It's in gobbled up. Gobbled, got you.
I'm sorry,
Doesn't work
Pamela.
when you have to explain it, no.
I understood. And no, it's not as funny when I have to explain it, but I got it, Pamela. It made me laugh.
If it makes you laugh, then...
Gobbled. Because that's what turkeys talk to each other like, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently.
And that's the end of that conversation.
To be fair, there's a lot of people in this building that just gobble on sometimes.
We have got pizzas coming later, haven't
We have, actually. Yeah. Thanks for that, Becky. Thanks for that one. You got me out of that. We do. Tracy's ordered us pizza. I was referring to Jo and Ben when it comes to gobbling on with her jokes.
Yeah.
I thought I'd better just clear that one up.
You did it skillfully.
It's your laugh. Right, so here we go. Let's go in with our flagstone and our finesse. Well, it is our finesse flagstone alcohol proof. So stamping that one out, let's give it another impression here. So let's give that a little bit of a press with our ink. We're going to come back in and we're going to press here, here, and here. And we have got that nice curvature as if it's going to be hugging your card.
That's nice.
So let's bring this one in. And then what we will do is I'll do one flower and then we'll bring in the finished result.
Oh, gorgeous.
So we're going to go in with the silk CR1. I'm going to mix up the colour slightly. So instead of going for CR2, I'm going to go for TN2. So you can see along the same lines here.
Caroline has just asked actually, could you explain the letter meanings on the pens? Please?
I will do. I will briefly explain that, and then I'll explain it in even more detail on Colour Me Happy.
Fab.
Let's go IG 2, 3 and 4. Right. So here we go. So we have got IG, so let's go IG2, IG3 and IG4. So this is for the greys, but it works the same. If you've got 2, 3, 4, that lets you know that they're going to complement each other perfectly. So light, medium and dark. You don't have to do 2, 3, 4 number after each other. You might want to go ice grey 2, you might want to go ice grey 4 and then ice grey 6.
Yeah.
But that's keeping in line with the light, the medium and the dark.
darker.
So that's a very, very brief explanation. We'll go over that in more detail.
And the letters are sort of the shortened down version of the
It is.
name, aren't they?
Yeah. So IG is ice grey.
Great.
So it's the shortened version. So I'm going to go straight in with the CR1, which is named Silk. And we're going to go in with the TN2, which is a little bit darker. And instead of doing a 3 blend, I'm only going to do the 2. So it shows that you don't have to do 3 if you don't want to. You can just do 2. Or do you know what, Becky?
Wow.
You might want to do 4 or 6. It's up to yourself.
Love it.
But that is one style. But if we bring in the one
Oh,
that
witty
Linda
woo.
had
That's
done
lush.
and assembled that into the card,
Great.
how lovely does that look?
Oh, I love
that one there.
it. Come on, that is so pretty. Oh, I love those ones. Craig, do you mind getting together your ones for the demo of the show?
Let's do it, yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go for it.
Oh, they look fab together. I'd love them all on my mantelpiece.
So we have got number 1, which was the bells.
Number
The
one.
bells.
Yeah.
We've got number 2, which was the banner.
Yeah.
We've got
second
number 3, which was the bow. And then number 4, that we can see just here, which was the winter blessing that we can see on this one here. So just to reiterate as well, this one here is the one that I assembled the card, but Linda had coloured in for me. So just so that you know, that's the one that she coloured in. But that is the demos for the show.
Fabulous. So vote on in 1, 2, 3 or 4. Thank you so much for showing us that. If you have just joined us, we're nearly at the end already of this show, but don't worry, we have got Colour Me Happy a little bit later on. In this collection that we've got for you, I'm going to do the slightly smaller collection now. You get all of these Damp and Dines, and they are launches if you love launches, the 10th. We have got for you, I'd say no more. We have got for you today your floral stamp and die collection. You had loads in here, like the candles with the, what are they? I was going to call them corn on the cob then. That's not what they're called. Oh no, what are they called? Pine cones, corn on the cob. Oh, delicious. It looks like when I cook it. Anyway, you've got these ones. You've also got the banner as well. Then I'm bringing to you the bow. Yeah, cinnamon sticks. That is another thing it could have looked like. We've got your bow for you as well. This is the one that lovely Craig was just working on then. And I'm bringing to you the poinsettia as well as that. I have got the bells. So all of these ones in together. The smaller one also comes with your glossy highlights. Big 60ml tube there, 2 fluid ounces if you will. Massive amount, gives you that dimension but also that gloss. If you would like the larger bundle, because maybe you're new or you have, do you want to like this, to think of this as, it's almost like crafting tapas, okay? So you're gonna get like your essentials, you know, your patatas bravas. You always need a bit of that carbohydrate, don't you? So you've got that there. But then you've also got your pencils that maybe you haven't actually dived into the world of your colour blends yet and you want to try it out. No problem. You don't have to order a whole, main course of it, all 5 packs. You can just have a little taster with these ones. You've also got in there the the stamping ink as well, and you're getting some of those colouring pens as well. So you've got absolutely loads to go at in there and enjoy. And do not forget, if any of these stamping dies are talking to you, you just want 2 of them, we have got an offer on that at the moment, so go and have a little nosy on the web. Let's head on over for a little bit more inspo from Craig. What have you got there, my love?
So I thought what we'll do to finish off is let's show you some of the finished samples that I've got at the side of me here, so it gives you another bit of inspiration. So this one here, if you're wanting to start to create your own apertures within the middle, and you can get that background and foreground definition that you can see on this one. Let's go, and maybe you want to do some decorating when it comes to boxes. You can be doing that one. Maybe you want to do your fold back cards that we can see on this one here. You absolutely can.
Nice.
Your trifold cards that you can see as well. So whether you're using the stamping dies together, whether you're only using one of the dies, maybe you're using none of them, you can then be mixing and matching all these different styles that you can be doing when it comes to the stamping die sets.
They're just fabulous. Thank you so much for showing us those. We have got a winner for the demo of the show. It is Christmas drum roll, please. Number 3.
Hey! The
Whee!
bow.
The beautiful bow.
The bow.
So that one is going towards demo of the day. Myself and the Craigle will be back for some Colour Me Happy later on in the day. Don't forget that's happening 7 p.m. UK time. Do keep those Christmas jokes coming through. We'll have a little look at more of them later on. For now though, you've got a 2-hour break. Go get ready. We'll see you then.
Bye!